Sometimes things happen in our lives that help us appreciate what we do have in a deeper, more profound way. And right now I am reveling in, soaking in what is available to me physically right now, knowing full well that this time next week, this kind of movement will not be available to me. So what I'm doing here, which I do in all of my classes, I call a mandala vinyasa. The first round, we do poses in a clockwise way around the mat. And then the second round, I'll do them anti-clockwise around the mat. So this is the first round, and I'm at the back of the mat. I'm actually doing this after I taught a class at Yoga Spark in Mamaroneck. I am finding these core poses delicious simply because it will not be safe for me to do a forearm plank for 6 weeks after my surgery. Other kind of poses, yes, but not these kind of knee to tricep, knee to opposite tricep kind of poses, which take a lot more control. And the arm balance. And I am enjoying the fact that this is available to me. Transitioning to Vira 1, Warrior 1, to the back of the room. So another option here is to take the back heel off the floor, especially if you have knee issues. A reverse prayer, another option, is opposite elbow to opposite hand, hinging forward to pyramid pose or parshvo. Looking forward, bending that right knee, shifting the weight into the right foot, and then releasing the right hand down, left arm up for a revolved half moon. Sliding back to a revolved triangle, Pavrita Trikonasana. A forward bend, reaching away, finding space between those vertebrae first, before walking the hands between those heels. Then coming into a goddess squat, reaching those arms up into eagle arms. So it's a big shoulder stretch, getting into the hip joints, little sway, unwinding to Vira 2, reversing the warrior and coming into extended side angle, Parshva, and reversing the warrior, but straightening the leg as a way to transition into Trikonasana, really pressing into those feet for a solid foundation. Looking down, sending the left hand out in front, a little bit out to the side of that left foot for half moon pose. Then looking down to take a bind, then releasing and bringing the right hand down and switching the grip. So there's just a bind, another bind on the other side. Pressing into the feet, reverse swan dive, inhaling all the way up with thanks that I am able to do this right now. And then back to that revolved prayer in chair pose. I realized that I did that side already, so I need to do the other side. So right elbow over to the outside of that left knee, looking down before stepping all the way back with that leg, strong back leg. Squeezing the inner thighs together helps deepen that twist. Top shoulder aligning above that bottom shoulder. Grounding down the back heel, windmilling the arms open to Vira 2. Straightening, bending, extending in Warrior 2. Then transitioning over to that half squat-like pose, which is a transition pose to get to the back of the mat. Crescent lunge to the back of the room. It's a back bend, a hip opener, gaze lifted, twisting, bringing the left hand to the floor, taking the bind, enjoying the privilege that I am able to do this week, and that next week this may not be, definitely will not be available to me. Ardha Hanumanasana, half split pose, right leg straight, toes pointing up, coming forward to lizard, Uttan Pristasana, lifting up the back leg to that yummy forearm plank before releasing to the mat. Lifting up for the back bend, pressing into the hands, tailbone up, Adho Mukha, downward facing. Inhaling, left leg up outside of that left tricep, inhaling up and back, and then twisting over to the right tricep, up. I didn't do the arm balance on this side. It happens sometimes. At least it didn't happen when I was teaching, just when I was recording for social media. Oh, joy. Warrior 1 to the back of the room and sweeping down, letting it go. Inhaling all the way up. And then taking the arms behind the back again. If you're taking opposite hand to opposite elbow, just remember to reverse that grip before hinging forward into Parshvottanasana, pyramid pose, bending that left knee, hopping off the right foot, but releasing the right hand down for revolved half moon. Then sliding the right hand back as I land on the right leg, right foot, for revolved Trikonasana, both legs straight. Blocks are a great option here. I'm just sharing my practice with you and my state of mind, even though you get that rear end view, but at least I'm completing this vinyasa back to the front. Warrior 2, reversing that warrior, coming forward for extended side angle, Parshva, finding length between the crease in that right hip and right armpit, reversing, keeping that length and lift while coming into triangle pose, the outside of the back foot parallel to the back of the mat, which I do not have in this film. Shifting the weight forward into the right hand, right foot for Ardha Chandrasana, half moon, and then taking a bind. Looking down really does help me here. And then releasing the hand down to reverse the grip. And so much thanks for this practice.